All right, we got to move on to the NFL, the daunted NFL, because that's where the
Oh, let's
content is.
go.
Yeah, yeah. Um, all right. So, Arch, I have a trivia question for you.
Uh-huh.
Who is your favorite quarterback's favorite quarterback?
Matt Ryan
No.
Who's your favorite quarterback, Arch?
Matt Ryan
Yeah, who's Matt Ryan's favorite quarterback?
himself.
Yeah, it's not. It's Matt Stafford. Your favorite quarter. Listen, audience, your favorite quarterback. His favorite quarterback is Matt Stafford. He's not playing well.
Mm.
He looks uncomfortable as the Bears heat him up. Um, Shout out Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen has taken a mid edge rushing core and he got lots of pressure on Matt Stafford and made him look a little uncomfortable. Um, but then when his team needs him most, he makes that unbelievable sideline throw to Devontae Adams. He makes a couple good third down plays to Puka, gets him in field goal range. They win the game. Since '09, when Stafford entered the league, Georgia Bulldog, by the way, Arch. So I don't know why you're hating like this.
He
50,
doesn't claim Georgia, so that's why.
his wife's from Georgia too.
Yeah, whenever he doesn't like, he's been. This is a discussion for another day.
Okay. He's not like a Georgia faithful.
No, he
He's
doesn't
not
claim
coming
us.
back to the.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't say "Go Dogs" back if like someone says it to it in public. Like every other guy I've ever known, like every DGD will do that. He doesn't. He like thinks it's weird. He doesn't come back often. He's not one of us.
What is it? Because
Oh,
his wife was banging half the roster while he was there?
it probably
Oh,
was.
come
Yeah, he was
on.
banging. She was banging the backup quarterback, Joe Cox.
Oh, brother.
Now Joe Cox is at LSU as Lane Kiffin's tight ends coach, and he was at Ole Miss. Circle of
Oh.
life.
How about it?
Yeah.
Well, since 2009,
Oh my God.
Matt Stafford has
It's brutal.
55 game-winning drives, 11 more than anyone since that time period. Um,
You
was
know who's never coming on this podcast now? Matt
Matt
Stafford.
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 Stafford's
This
so done.
bridge is burned.
Yeah,
I don't think he'd want to. I don't think he'd want to. I would grill him so hard.
uh, you know what I'm more impressed about though than Matt Stafford because I don't think he won the Rams this game. Do you know that the Chris Shula's defense for the Los Angeles Rams is the lowest paid defense in the league? They spent $69 million on defense this year. Do you know what the Steelers spend on defense? Sickening.
We'll talk about it.
Way too much.
164 million. So the Chris Shula gets his defense to play like this with a $64 million defense, and we get our defense to play like this with a $164 million defense. We're second in the league behind the Giants. I just think it's
Ugh.
so, dude. They have so many like just impact players like Nate Landman, Cam Curl, Toby Durant, Fisk, Turner, Verst on the defensive line. Like I was just so impressed by the way the Rams played defense in this game, and that was the game. Them forcing turnovers at the most opportune times, holding strong on fourth down. I thought that was just such an impressive um, showing from Chris Shula in the Los Angeles Rams defense, and then Stafford just got the ball in the right guy's hands at the end of the game. And Luke said it best in our group chat when Caleb Williams threw that interception in overtime. Luke, I want you to finish my quote. Live by Caleb.
Die by Caleb. Yeah.
Go for it, Luke. Give me your thoughts because those are my thoughts. Chris Shula, what a
I
game.
mean, first thought is the absurd play that was it Loveland that caught the touchdown?
Yeah, no, Komet.
Abs
Yeah.
Also, let me tell
Komet,
this
yeah,
story.
absurd play.
I'm in Vail, Colorado. We're at this restaurant, and there's a lot of Bears fans at this bar sitting there, and there's a couple like F words, couple mumblings about like, and like, dude. So when he retreats back, no, what are you doing? Like that's what the bar is saying. Like, no, no. And then everybody turns their head and looks towards the television. Like all the waiters, the restaurant stops. And dude, when this ball gets released and Cole Kmet catches it, the restaurant erupted. It was unbelievable. We're in Colorado. It's not even like there's a couple Bears fans there, but like it was unbelievable to see like a place see that brilliance in real time. It was one of my favorite sports moments. I was like running around the restaurant, like, oh my God, what the fuck just happened?
Dude, I was at like a nice restaurant Sunday night, like just getting a drink sitting at the bar, like a very nice restaurant.
Yeah.
And um they had like they had one TV at the top, like right at the bar. And like it was like 9 p.m. or whatever it is Central Time, packed. And everyone, like kind of like what you were saying, Charlie, like when he caught it, everyone was just like, whoa. It was sick. Like it was really cool.
Would
Did
have
y'all
been the
see it?
most could have been the most shambles moment of all time for Kobe Durant if the Rams lost that game.
He had
Like that
2 picks
was
though that game.
I
He was playing
understand,
really good in that game too.
but you can't there's nothing that would have overcame
But was that really that
that
bad of a
play.
play by him? Like, dude,
No,
he's
no,
outmanned
definitely
by
not. But
that's
but
like 60 pounds.
for how outrageous the Caleb just running straight backwards for 20 yards and then just tossing up a prayer and then like it's just it would have been I mean that's the play you would have remembered forever. Nobody would have cared that he had 2 picks
Yeah,
if the Bears
no,
won the game. So
you're right.
but I mean the thing about Caleb Williams is he's a young quarterback still. I have all the faith in the world. He's in a really good situation now, and the Bears did a really good job drafting a lot of young offensive talent this year. Like the Bears are here to stay, but you see it with it's guys that you have a lot of expectations out of and guys you want to see take that next leap. Like for me, I've thought about Trevor Lawrence the same way. It's these guys that were so good in college that you expect to take that step in the NFL and become an elite quarterback or a superstar quarterback. And I'm not saying Caleb Williams can't be, but in situations like this where you're on the precipice of going to the NFC Championship and having a good chance of going to the Super Bowl, it's really tough just to have moments like that and have faith in a guy when they throw interceptions in that manner. Even for a guy like Trevor Lawrence last week, like it's I mean it's just you want to see some guys like step into that elite role and maybe if Drake May I mean we'll talk about the Pats later and their path to the Super Bowl but yeah I mean we're just it's a sport that has a lot of potential superstar QBs and you're kind of looking for a guy to that's young and that's ready to step into a role like that and take over games and lead a team and not make a mistake like that at the end of the game to cost his team and Caleb Williams was in that position and came up short. So it's just
That was like
yeah,
Jaden Daniels last year, and then this year kind of just not being the same
100%.
like
Yeah,
that. Or CJ Stroud's rookie year
Stroud.
to what he is
yeah.
now.
There's
You're waiting for
inconsistency all over the
elevation.
place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no doubt. But
and I can't think of a guy that's stepped up into that upper echelon of the like Burrow, Allen, Mahomes, Jackson, like that tier. We haven't had a guy step up into that tier, and there's so many young quarterbacks that have so much potential, but nobody's been able to kind of capture the moment. Maybe Drake May will be able to. I think they have a lot of circumstances in their favor, but you're still looking for a guy like that. And I think Caleb could be that player. It's year 2, and they were in a really good position in the playoffs. So and he's in a good spot overall, but you still don't have a guy like that.
I have a question to you guys. Do you think that this is a obviously we saw the Bengals and the Bills and the Chiefs, the Eagles to a degree, these so-called elite quarterbacks teams take a large step back. And Duska, you brought up how the Bears have done a really good job of drafting and providing Caleb with a lot of talent around him for him to succeed. How much of a team's success right now I personally think this is attributed to the fact that they don't have extensive capital tied up into their quarterback and are now able to pay whether it's a receiver 20 some million dollars or a couple or an O lineman or two, or then have two good running backs with that what it would be 30 to 40 million dollars that you're saving on the quarterback position. And I wonder if how much of that is attributing to the downfall of these teams that were so elite in the last 5 years who have taken steps back. And now you see teams like Denver and the Patriots and the Rams take these huge leaps out of nowhere, but it's because they are filled with so much talent and their quarterback's getting paid whatever 10, 15, 20 million dollars.
well, this is why I love this, Sam, and I think we should do a case study on this. I think we should spend some time on this. I think the best way to win right now is on a rookie quarterback deal. You think about Drake, think about what the Seahawks were in their dynasty. It was Russell Wilson on a rookie deal and a very, very handsomely paid defense, right? And now, like, you're seeing the most successful teams: Bo Nix, Drake May, Caleb Williams, um, teams that maybe are a little bit more like CJ Stroud. This is the thing about CJ Stroud. Like, are you going to pay CJ Stroud $60 million next year? Like, I sure wouldn't. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that because he's still on his rookie deal. You saw with the Commanders last year. And like the one team that has money tied in with a quarterback is the Rams. And they have the lowest paid defense in the league. So they find a way to make chicken salad out of chicken shit in terms of what they're spending, but they're just so good with their money and they draft so well and have developed. And they haven't had to pay Jared Verse yet. Jared Verse is about to get Jared Verse and Will Anderson are about to get maximum deals, which is going to make the Texans defense more reliant on Will Anderson. And then the Texans are in a sticky situation because they're going to have the top paid edge rusher in the world. And then they're going to have to make a decision on what are they going to do with CJ Stroud.
Charlie, you're forgetting Puka too.
Puka's about to get a massive deal. So again, these are what these GMs have to do. I mean, you look at what I can't believe. I'm going to talk about this later. I can't believe Bean in Buffalo didn't get his job, didn't get fired because it's not Sean McDermott. I mean, obviously Sean McDermott has his flaws as a coach. I get why you fire him, but I can't believe
I don't. Yeah, I thought that was a
package
good
deal.
firing.
No, I agree. I agree he should have been fired, but not firing the GM as well when obviously this team is lacking in all areas. And you make up the Keon Coleman thing. And then also the defense was the worst run defense in the league. Like that's a personnel issue, not just a coaching issue, right? Like their best weapon is Khalil Shakir. That's a 6th-round pick out of Boise. He's not making any money. So that's one of those things. But these GMs, like the Chiefs, that's why I think that the Chiefs have been really good with kind of they're making their off. This is why you see their offensive line struggle a little bit because they can't just put enough capital into it. They lost Joe Tooney. Like Andy Reid did not want to lose Joe Tooney.
I kind of disagree with I don't disagree about the Bills GM, but I disagree with the overall sentiment. I think that so the issue with I mean, it obviously it can be successful. Look at Russell Wilson, the Seahawks, when they were good, he was on a rookie deal. I think that it's a sound strategy, but the only issue with that is you have a guy that is good enough to take you to a Super Bowl. Like, think of like a Russell Wilson type, or I think this is a little bit lower of a level of player, but not drastically. If you think about a guy like Brock Purdy or like a Jalen Hurts type of player, it's guys that yes, when they're on their rookie deals, you're in a good situation because you don't have to pay them a lot of money, and you can stack your both sides of the ball with really talented players because you have a lot of capital to invest, and you can re-sign players that you normally wouldn't be able to if you're putting a lot of money into QB. But the only issue with that is once Brock Purdy gets to his fourth, fifth year, he's going to reset the QB market and be the highest paid or one of the highest paid QBs in the NFL. And those aren't necessarily the type of guys that are elevating a team to contention every year and keeping them in the mix every year because they're not the type of player like a Mahomes,
But
like a
that's my
Josh
point.
Allen,
That's
like a
my point.
Lamar.
That's literally my point.
No, I'm saying you'd rather have guys like that and not because I mean there's a situation like look at the 49ers. Their best window with Brock Purdy was when he was on his rookie deal. Now he's reset the market. They can't pay players as much money as they would have when they're not paying Brock Purdy everything. And now they're in a way worse position to be
Wait,
able
so
to make a run.
what is you're literally echoing my point. What are you disagreeing with? What did you think I was saying?
I'm saying you'd rather be in the position of a team with, this is super obvious, but you'd rather be in a position with a team with a superstar QB, but with way worse roster talent overall
No, that's
than
my point.
be in the rookie QB situation.
Oh, see, well, my point is this. My point is only this. There's only 3 ways to do the Super Bowl thing: rookie quarterback deal, Sam Darnold mid-tier deal, or superstar deal. Like, there's very little unless you have like a GM like Howie Roseman, where like he's the cat manipulator, where you can get a win, or you can pay Jalen Hurts a lot of money, but still provide the team around him. That's my point. My point is there's 3 tiers to winning Super Bowls right now because of Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow not being in the playoffs. It's come down to 2 scenarios. It's the Darnold scenario. Well, I guess Stafford's still in the mix. So it's the Darnold. All 3 scenarios are still in play.
I'm just saying, I think the solid rookie QB / first contract QB and juggernaut team, that strategy is way less sound than having all your chips in the QB basket and a worse roster because you're going to be in a position to contend way more for way longer than if you have a guy like a Brock Purdy or
Well,
like these guys we're talking about,
but
like a Caleb Williams.
what you're hoping though is if you're the Bears is right now this is our one window, and then because he's a rookie, there's because he's on the rookie deal. We have 4 years, maybe 5 years where like we're getting some variable play. Maybe it's too many turnovers. His completion percentage is 58%. That type of stuff, right? But then you're hoping that so there's that window you have the 4 year window. But then you're hoping that in year 7 he's an NFL MVP. So that's how you like that's the progression. It's like Joe Burrow was a rookie on his rookie deal with the Bengals, and like he is an MVP level candidate, and they haven't been back to that same scenario. Patrick Mahomes was a rookie was on his rookie deal in 2018, right? Drake May, in all likelihood, is going to play for the Super Bowl on his rookie deal. You see what I'm saying? Like that is a good first window. I'm not saying it's the only,
No,
it's like the
yeah, I
best
get that.
strategy.
I
I'm
get
just
that.
saying it's your one of your best windows. One of your is that, right?
Yeah. I guess I mean, they can work congruently. Like that, you can have that situation, and then
And
your guy
then
develops into a dude. But I'm saying like for teams like Jalen Hurts is a good example. For teams like that, where you have to reset the market and make this guy one of the highest paid QBs ever, but you're not getting the superstar production, you're in a way worse spot for way longer term than you would be. So I mean, yeah, you can hope that a guy is going to develop into an MVP caliber player, but that's not happening for like look at the Bucks. Like you're always going to have a twinge of inconsistency because Baker's not a superstar, but he's a good player. And it's hard to build a good team around a guy like that because he's always going to get paid a decent amount of money to be on any team. Like look at Kirk Cousins' teams. Like he was always getting paid a lot of money, and they couldn't necessarily surround him like they would have surrounded a team like the Pats this year with Drake May because
which I
he's
completely agree with you. I think that's a bad. So like let's extrapolate this and let's talk about like the Texans for example. Like they're going to face the
they're
possibility that
screwed.
dude, what are they going to do? What do you let CJ Stroud walk? Is that
No,
the
you
but
can't.
why can't you? Cuz or you just put yourself in quarterback purgatory. Like which is better? Which is better? Letting him
Like
walk.
they'll end up doing what the Dolphins did.
Dude, exactly. Like, is that because how many times are we going to do this before we realize like you can't do? We're seeing this. I think the NBA is farther in on this trend. The NBA used to be we have to supermax everybody that's eligible for it because that's the only way to win is by with superstars. But then teams like the Bulls started supermaxing Zach LaVine, and Zach LaVine is never good enough. He's never going to be the
Ben
best player.
Simmons.
He's never going to be the best player on the championship team. There's a ton of examples of the NBA doing this. And now
Tobias Harris.
they are way less likely to sign the supermax. NBA franchises are like, you know what? We're actually going to let you walk. Think about Trae Young this year for the Atlanta Hawks. Like, we would rather you walk or we trade you for some assets above being in this hell where we pay you way too much money for the level of production we get. My thing is, when is the NBA, the NFL quarterback market going to catch up? Like, who's going to be the first team to have a little balls and say, no?
Well, I think the only issue is that is the easy counter is like Stroud's potential is being limited by the coaching staff at Houston, and then you let him walk and he gets picked up by a team that can develop a QB. Like, say he goes to Shane Steichen and the Colts, and you plug him in that system, and then all of a sudden he's a superstar. Then there's always potential for that.
But that's a
You have
sunk
a sure
cost.
thing, and you've seen, yeah, but you've seen the potential that you can unlock with him if he's in the right situation. So letting that walk away as opposed to signing a mid-level QB or banking on another draft pick, I think that's a way worse strategy than hoping you hire the right coach and you've seen the potential of this QB, and if he's in the right system, he can produce at this level.
No, I agree with you. I think this year I wouldn't pay him. I'd make him play out next year on his rookie deal.
Yeah.
That's so like next year is like the most important year for the Houston Texans franchise because it sets up the next 8 years. Because like let's say CJ Stroud is virtually the same as he was this year, then what do you do?
Then you have Dak Prescott.
But it's like, but then is D'Amico Ryan's like, okay, I'm saying like, is that okay now? Because like, how many teams are going to do this? How many teams are going to put themselves in this jail?
No, that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. To go back to what you were talking about, I think there's kind of the reason that the Rams can have such a low defensive, like we're talking about like these methods, like you're hitting your on your quarterback on the rookie deal, like the Pats, like in your or the Bears too, where you're extending that window. I guess Bo Nix too,
Yep.
where you have these like the 5 or 6 years, like you said, where that's basically your one probably your best chance at a Super Bowl when you're able to maximize your resources, other parts of the roster. And then there's the Rams side where you have a really good offense with rarely any of those guys were drafted. Like Kyron Williams was drafted.
Puka,
Other than
6th round
that,
pick.
yeah.
Like, that's a huge.
But
pick.
other like Adams, you signed him. Stafford, you signed him. But then it's you hit on so many key defensive pieces.
Yes.
Like Nate Landman, their linebacker that they got from the Falcons. They signed him to like a peanuts contract from us. He's one of the best. Well, he's playing like one of the best linebackers. You had Verse, you have Frisk,
Fisk, Turner.
you have Kobe Turner, Richmond legend. You have Durant. You have Witherspoon, I believe. You have so many young guys. So it's like you're
Curl.
hitting.
Well,
Yeah, you're and Curl. They got him from like the Commanders, but it's another guy they signed for like he doesn't make more than like $6 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
And that is for as like your starting safety, like that's how you can maximize your resources.
Yeah.
To make the most complete team, which is kind of like what
the Eagles method.
Which is I think what is you're kind of seeing with teams like you can see it working like one of two ways, these two scenarios where you can have like good organizations you're maximizing your windows. And then you have bad organizations like the Bengals that were just franchise tagging everybody instead of actually trying to work ways through it. And then end up where they're paying, or where they're, and then now they're like, last year they had a franchise tag on T. Higgins for like the second straight year. Like you were negotiating with Chase, and then it's like, and then you had Hendrickson. Then you're just like,
they're such a mess.
You're keeping your head coach, you're keeping your GM. You haven't really hit on any draft picks like as of late. Your first round pick this year didn't even sign until like week 3 or something like that, and he sucks. So like I don't understand why that's
they've
like
also missed every offensive line pick they've made too. Like they're just they can't do anything.
I can't remember the last pick that's been like a good like Chase Brown.
Yeah,
he was like a 4th round pick, and he's like fine
from Princeton, like late round
pick.
pick.
There's just a bunch of fine guys, like nothing.
Yeah.
The funniest meme of all time, NFL draft related, is the Joe Burrow, Penei Sewell, or Jamar Chase, where if you draft Penei Sewell, you can throw to the average receiver, or he can just get murdered and not be able to throw the ball to Jamar Chase. And I mean, it's come to fruition. It's just fact.
Yeah.
That's why you build inside out, not outside in. For any future GMs listening to this podcast, maybe one of us,
probably a bunch.
I mean, the smart minds will listen to the forward pass.
Do you guys want to just? I'll 2 things I want to say, and then I'll move into the next thing. I think the Bears are here to stay. I think with Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, Dennis Allen, Luther Burden, Loveland, Kmet, Jalen Johnson, like they've got a lot of good pieces, and I think Ben Johnson is one of the best coaches in the league. He's probably a top 10 coach. He's probably higher than that, but I'm not willing to. I want to see a little more like proven production before you're just like ranking him in the top 5 of coaches. But in terms of like CJ Stroud, like, have you guys seen the lecture that led to the losing? Have you guys seen this? Okay, so do you guys remember when last year he took Caleb Williams
came up
after
to Caleb
the game,
Williams,
and he gave him a bunch of like life advice to Caleb Williams. Okay, the stats before and after that lecture, Nick Wright calls it the lecture that led to the losing. So before he was 12-7, after 19-14, before he was a 64.6% completion percentage, now he's 62.7. This is insane. His TD to turnover ratio before the lecture was 32-9. It's now 40-32. His passer rating was 102. It's now 85.9. And some people say, but he has 3 playoff wins. Okay, did you know that in the 3 playoff wins, the Texans have let up 32 points? They've also scored 32 points. So in the 3 playoff games they've won, they have played the team to a draw. And we're acting like CJ Stroud should get a bunch of credit for these like playoff wins. Now, I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. Maybe they need one more year and a better offensive coordinator. Who knows? But all I'm saying is there's not a lot of credit that can be going CJ Stroud's way because this Houston Texans defense is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's so good. Yeah. So I don't think he should get credit. Like, whenever people are like he's got 3 playoff wins, like bro, the defense is scoring the exact same amount of points as the other team. Like, not hearing that.
Yeah, I think that he was smelling himself a little bit after the rookie year because I know people have been making jokes about like whatever a rookie quarterback should do now, should watch what Stroud did after the 23 season and do the exact opposite. Because he was going on like podcasts, like sumo wrestling with like Micah Parsons. The funniest one is he posted his top 5 quarterbacks list and it was Mahomes, Burrow, Lamar, and then him, and then Josh Allen or something like that, where he was in like he put himself in the top 3 or 4, and then
That's nasty.
yeah, because he's so bad that people are start calling him by his government name like Coleridge or whatever it is.
That's absurd.
Coleridge Bernard Stroud the Fourth. Coleridge Bernard Stroud the Fourth is what people are calling him now. So I mean, he's got to right the ship.
Yeah.
And
no,
like what
does.
Chuck said, like I don't know how you are like comfortable with
Giving him
like
that much
signing him, like believing in him. Like I don't.
And Arch, it's weird because like it's crazy how much the quarterbacks have this power because it's like none of them are like, oh yeah, like I'll take the Darnold deal of like 20 million. Like I'll take that deal. Like none of them do that. They're all like, oh, 20 million a year. Like, dude, get off the phone with me. It's 55 million or nothing. It's like, whoa, dude, $55 million. Like Brock Purdy, bro. Like I like Purdy. He's a good quarterback. He is not worth $60 million in a football season.
Yeah, and like the problem is, it's never gonna get like the demand. Like there, no one's ever the market will never truly be reset. It'll just be reset by another team.
Yep.
Like if he didn't because if the Texans didn't bring back Stroud, like I probably would be like Falcons sign and pay. I'm like, who cares? Like just see if we can make it work.
Yeah.
And like that, there's always going to be a team doing that. So there's always going to be like Tua. I think
we've
Tua's a
never
great
seen
example.
it tried. We've never seen it tried. And this is all theory of like, what if a team didn't re-sign him? It's all theory.
Yeah, and like it kind of like the whole Tua thing we were talking about. Like I don't know whenever he left, like who would have been rushing at the door to like sign him. I don't think that there would have been anybody doing that.
No.
So,
okay, I want to
What
get
Tua take, Charlie?
go.
I wouldn't mind if the Steelers traded for Tua.
Dude, and renegotiated his contract or
Well, the Dolphins would have to retain part of the salary or most of the salary.
okay, yeah, that would be a good idea. Great idea.
And if it goes poorly, then you have a high draft pick. And if he has a change of scenery and turns things around, then it works.
Now the only thing is Tua Tagovailoa in the cold is a different quarterback, and the fact that the Steelers don't play in a dome, well, we'll see if he's got some character development. But I like that.
I would rather take
I'm-
it. I'd rather him play than like Mason.
I'd want to see us be bad though. Like I want us to be bad so we can get a high draft pick. I think like living in 9-8 land is a terrible place to live.
Do you think Tua puts you in 9-8 land?
Yeah, he probably puts you above
Probably.
whatever like Will Howard would give you.
Probably.
You know, or you bring Tua in and you say, hey, we're gonna give him 3 years, but the first year, your defense, we're gonna pay our defense no money. Like we're hoping teams just outscore us. You know, like trade TJ, Cam Hayward, like anybody worth of any assets under management you have, they're gone. You know, that would be another way you'd go about it if you brought Tua in, and then
Well, it's fine because we're gonna get Chris Shula and all will be good.